So, Ethan Klein says, Joe Rogan, who lives on elk meat, egg yolk, and human growth hormone with lungs full of tar, thinks he's healthier than everyone. This motherfucker's such a bitch that when he got COVID, he threw the kitchen sink at it. If you're so healthy, just ride it out like you say a man should. Dude has caused so much vaccine hesitancy and misinformation, he doesn't even have the balls to stand by the shit he preaches. Now he's on a show talking about how fat people should just die of COVID. Dude is such a fucking piece of shit. Instead of getting vaccinated, he takes Regeneron, an experimental drug that was developed alongside the mRNA vaccines. His logic makes no sense. And then credits ivermectin, which does fucking nothing for COVID. Not to mention whatever the fuck is in Alpha Brain. Meanwhile, while Joe is on a big pharma conspiracy against vaccines, someone needs to ask him who makes ivermectin and Regeneron and all the other shit he took when he had COVID. So he's right about all of this. I don't think Joe Rogan is a beacon of health or a beacon of, physical excellence or anything like that. Okay, he's not. He just straight up isn't. Like, he literally had fucking bubble gut from HGH. Okay, but all these dumbasses, of course, are gonna fucking turn around and be like, dude, you look like you're fat or whatever the fuck. And there it is, right on the money. Here is the dumbass. Ethan Klein questions if Joe Rogan is healthy. Ethan Klein, age 36. Joe Rogan, age 54. That's what Keemstar said. Okay. Once again, this is the unfortunate byproduct of unironic fucking fat shaming. Like, this is what the fat shamer people talk about when they say, like, this is what the fat shamer, anti-fat shaming people talk about when they say, like, just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're fucking healthy. And it's true. Look at me, motherfucker. I work out every goddamn day. I got high cholesterol, okay? It doesn't mean anything. I eat chicken every fucking day. And on top of that, I work out every goddamn day. And I still have high cholesterol because sometimes you just don't know. It's GG's, okay? You got bad genes sometimes, okay? Now, Joe Rogan is a great example of this because, like, bro, his heart is enlarged from fucking HGH. Like, he is not a healthy person, okay? He's not a beacon of health. Just because he looks a certain type of way doesn't mean that he's a healthy person. All of those fucking Hollywood actors that take, that cycle steroids, usually, okay? They're shaving off a couple years off the top fucking tippy toe of their lives. Now, is Ethan Klein healthy? No, okay? He's not that healthy either. Nobody's looking to Ethan as like the fucking beacon of healthcare and excellence. He's just making accurate points that also correspond to the scientific consensus on the matter. That's it. Okay? He didn't claim to be fucking someone who is healthy. Other people are turning around and being like, nah, fuck you, you're fat. Shut the fuck up. Okay, dude. I guess that's how we're doing it now. That's how we should do it, okay? We should just actually, Keemstar is fucking fat. Like, what kind of take is this? Keemstar is also fat. Why is he turning around and being like, Ethan, you're fat, shut the fuck up? Okay, then you shut the fuck up too, dumbass. Why are Ethan Klein / A30 fans claiming I'm fat shaming Ethan? I didn't mention his weight at all, but you all did. I think you're horrible for doing it. It's 2022. Grow up.
Stream issues solved finally. Ha ha ha.
It's so strange. Also, none of this, absolutely 0% of this, actually fucking addresses what Ethan Klein is saying, which is, one, Joe Rogan is not exactly a beacon of excellence, healthcare excellence, despite the way that, like, people assume he is, just because he's fucking shredded at 54. That requires, a serious training regimen for sure. But that doesn't mean he's fucking healthy. He's putting a lot of shit in his body, okay? And two, it's not like motherfuckers are saying, it's not like Ethan is saying, like, I'm actually way healthier than Joe Rogan. He didn't fucking say that, okay? He's simply talking about how Joe Rogan, despite taking a whole bunch of fucking suppy boys that the FDA has not approved, okay, and selling a whole bunch of suppy boys that the FDA will never approve because, these are vitamins, okay? Is telling people that, you shouldn't take the fucking vaccine, and also you should just lose weight. And if you don't lose weight, you kind of deserve it. And that's really fucked up. Picture a Keemstar at the gym. Yeah, this is, you know, this guy. Imagine talking shit when you look like this, bro, about people, the way people look. Hypothetically, I say don't get addicted to heroin. It's bad, but since I'm addicted to heroin, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I need to shut the fuck up and be shamed aggressively. What do you mean? Okay, here is the issue. Okay, America is fucking obese. Okay, America has a lot of comorbidities, and America is fucking obese. So obviously, when a public health official decides to make decisions on behalf of the American public, they're not making it on behalf of like the French public that fucking has a steady diet of cigarettes and coffee and whatever the fuck the French do. They eat a wee baguette in the morning and they're skinnier overall. Okay, they have to make a decision on behalf of America. Okay, so it is incredibly fucking stupid when Joe Rogan and others say, oh, well, don't be fat. Okay, dog, is there a fucking vaccine against being fat? Because I will take that shit, okay? I would, oh my God, the amount of food I would eat, I would gorge myself. I would wake up in the morning and I would pump myself full of fucking lard. I would be eating like 8,000 calories every fucking meal. And then I would just take the fat vaccine and boom, I'm good. I'm shredded, okay? But because that doesn't exist, and losing weight, especially because weight is obviously tied to your diet, and that your dietary habits are in many ways not exactly something you can technically control, or in inadvertent ways it impacts you because of like lobbying, high fructose corn syrup, and lack of access to food education, food deserts that you might be living in, and all a litany of other complications. Losing weight is not as easy as fucking getting a vaccine. Okay? The fat vaccine does exist. It's called Trenbolone. No, it's also clenbuterol, but, you know, fucking, that's not a vaccine, okay? Technically, a fat vaccine would just lessen the effects of you getting fat, not stop you from getting fat. That's the other thing. When you're fucking fat, when you sit next to a fat person on the bus, you don't become fat, okay? But when you sit next to fucking someone who's COVID paused, okay, and they've only been around for, you know, they didn't get their fucking negative test because the CDC told them to get the fuck back to work, and they cough on you, congratulations, you got COVID, okay? You don't get fat by proximity, but you get COVID by proximity. Jesus Christ. I'm in the middle of changing my diet, and I gotta say frozen vegetables are a godsend. Anyway, Rogan's body type is one that's hard to gain weight as a kid, so he's never been worried about being fat. I just Google it, and 2/3 of Americans are overweight. Joe's really saying fuck 80% of the population, let him die. I'm Bill Dipperly. Yeah, that's a fucking idiotic take. Now, we all agree that obviously, if you are fucking overweight, then yes, COVID will be more vicious to you. Okay, there's also scientific evidence on this. This is not just bro science. It's not just Joe Rogan saying that. And every person that is even slightly overweight that has ever been to a doctor already recognizes that, because every time you go to a doctor, they're like, lose weight. Every time a fat person goes to a doctor, they're like, I broke my leg. They're like, lose weight. Bitch, I broke my leg. Lose weight. Come back. It's like, that's just the doctor thing to do. Okay.
Saw a TikTok about blind items earlier with
so like every motherfucker knows this. Every fat motherfucker knows this. Okay. They know. Okay. They know. Except, you know, you also can take additional precautions and not die of COVID. Okay. You should lose weight for sure. You should have a healthy diet. You should have, you should be engaging in fitness ad break at the top of the hour into your mouth. Okay. Obviously, you can avoid those ad breaks, though. If you no longer want to see those ads at the top of the hour, all you need to do is subscribers. $5 are for fucking free. Oh, God. Oh, brother, I'm on fucking fire today. Also, all women get told that. What? All women get told to lose weight? Oh, you're talking about like in general. Your doctor's not going to tell you to fucking lose weight if you're already skinny. At the top of the hour, listen, you might get lucky. You might get a fucking, you might get the natural antibody to the top of the hour ad break in the form of a fucking Twitch, gifted sub. Or if you're not lucky enough, you're going to have to subscribe on your own for free with a fucking Twitch Prime, or for $5 with, if you used your Twitch Prime already, for $5 regular subscription. Here's the woman ad break now. They might mean that women also have unseen issues with doctors believing them. So it's just like, it's so stupid to just be like, just lose weight. Yeah, he's right. Okay. He's right. A lot of Americans are obese. Okay. But like, this is entirely separate. This is a separate conversation. Okay. This is like, here's how you will never lose weight. If you fucking die of COVID. Okay. That's it. Like, the number one way to never lose weight is if you fucking die of COVID because you got COVID and you're unhealthy and now you're in the hospital and now you're dying. Okay?
Puppers.
Actually, or technically, I guess you lose all of the weight. If being healthy, lean, keeps you from getting sick or dying from COVID, why did Joe throw the kitchen sink at his COVID diagnosis? LMAO, that dude was terrified. Yeah, that's the other thing. Oh, COVID, if you're healthy, is like not a big deal. Also, when I got COVID, I literally fucking tried like experimental therapies and shit. You know what I mean? And that's the point that Ethan was making, which is like, if COVID is not that fucking big of a deal, why the fuck didn't you take it on the chin like a man? Like, why didn't you let your healthy body do the work? Okay? You're a healthy guy. Why didn't you just fucking take it on the chin? Why did he? Why did he do everything he possibly could? Matty W, Spastic Hawk 27, what the fuck? Rikuto Ramen, the motherfucking goof. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. Thurakud Wire, thank you for the 10 gift subs. And Spastic Hawk 27 with another 5. And Hazel Quazo with a 5 as well.
821.
Ethan coming back from hiatus after all we've all been radicalized by Hasan. David Martinez in the fucking background too. By God, it's David Martinez.
Teacher here who just started back.
I've never experienced this, as I always was a skinny person. I've gained weight since COVID started. Went to find out about sleep apnea that I probably had since before I started gaining weight. Doctor talked to me for 5 minutes. Literally only said lose weight. Trash. Yeah, if you're fat, most doctors are going to tell you to fucking lose weight. That's just like, and they're right, but not fully right, okay? Losing weight, if you are overweight, always helps with a lot of issues, okay? And I say this as someone who was obese for most of his life, who lost a fuckload of weight, okay? It helps with your confidence. It helps when you go to the gym and you start fucking feeling better about your brain chemicals work a little bit differently. Okay. So it's not a bad thing. It's definitely a good thing. And it's like, pursuing a healthy lifestyle is something that I'm 100% an advocate for. Okay. As someone in the chat correctly pointed out, fat is like the damage multiplier.
No problem.
Okay. Except like, fat shaming is idiotic. And there's plenty of empirical evidence to prove that it literally does not work in stopping people from losing weight. As a matter of fact, it actually ends up getting them to Coffee Dave.
Hassle.
Thank you for the 5. Well, what? Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Cassiophobia, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. And Mail for the 5 gifted subs. So I'm an advocate for all of that, okay? But also, don't be a fucking asshole to fat people because they already know they're fat. They wake up every morning with that reality, okay? It weighs on them, quite literally, okay? So you just bringing that up in a random conversation is only just like you're being a fucking asshole, okay? No fat person has ever been like, oh my God, I'm fat? Thank you for telling me. I had no idea. I'm going to go ahead and change my entire lifestyle right now. That is a brilliant observation. That's never happened, okay? Skinny people who have never been fucking fat unironically go about their lives thinking that, like, they're doing a favor to fat people by fucking fat shaming them. Like, that's not a thing, okay? Okay, so shut the fuck up about that. But also, again, this is entirely separate from the conversation about COVID. Like, yes, being overweight or being obese especially, and the comorbidities that brings along will absolutely make it worse for you if you end up getting COVID. And that's precisely why you should be getting vaccinated. Okay? Especially because, you know, losing weight is a very difficult process that takes long ass time and a lot of commitment. Joe agrees with you, man. Oh shit, look at that. PS height from Cameron from Leftovers, lol. This is really well done, dude. They said it weighs on them. I mean, you know what I mean, motherfucker. I was very fat when I was growing up. I know. You know what I mean. You carry that shit around with you everywhere you go. Anyway, this is fire. What do you mean by saying that doctors aren't fully right when they tell people to lose weight? The meme in the healthcare community is that like doctors literally fucking despise fat people and tell everyone who is like even slightly overweight to just fucking lose weight, okay? But like sometimes it's not even just like losing weight will always help you for sure if you're overweight, but that doesn't necessarily address the problem, okay? Like you can have fucking other underlying genetic reasons for why you have certain health issues that have nothing to do with your fucking weight. The weight is only like an accelerant, okay? Chatters know better than doctors? No, I mean, this is like a real thing. Like there are so many fucking stories of people who like, there's so many stories of people who have been misdiagnosed as a consequence of being fat because it's just the easiest thing to just be like, lose weight. It's correct, but if you're only focusing on that, then you know you might be missing a fuckload of other issues that you would normally be catching. Anyway. So, Texas in the meantime. Doctors are taught to look at the most common issues first, and weight is usually the problem. Anecdotes off fat people being misdiagnosed, kind of silly in the face of data. I mean, this is definitely a bias for sure. It's something that other doctors talk about regularly. I'm not just like fucking giving you anecdotes. And also, you understand that, like I said, fatness is an accelerant. So no matter what the fuck the main problem is, if you lose weight, you will actually end up solving at least some of the underlying symptoms, right? I'm not anti-losing weight, motherfucker. I'm not anti-losing weight, so don't come at me with that shit. I do have a doctor, yes. I have a primary care physician. I'm a fancy motherfucker, dude. So, I got hit by a car and went to a doctor a month later about a problem with my leg, and I hit. It was like, lose weight, and then we can talk about it. Doctor here as well, and you're right. In fact, certain diseases are just straight up results of being overweight. Yes.
The brain rot.
But I already acknowledged that. That would be fucking insane for me to. I'm not one of those fucking rad femme like fat phobia people. Okay, I don't know why people are coming at me being like. I just don't understand why people are coming at me on this issue, especially because I've like talked about being fat so many times and like how complicated it is to lose the weight. I'm just anti-fat phobia, even though I do engage in it myself. I fat shame people from time to time, you know, it just slips out. You know, it's hard to control every now and then.
Setting in.
Because I don't place it at the same level of emphasis as like, you know, hate speech like fucking Jamila or whatever. But you know, it's not it's not fat shaming to say that like a lot of underlying medical problems are caused by being overweight as well, of course. How can people watch their diets and lose weight if you eat out once at a restaurant and meals like 2,000 calories? You basically have to be rich enough to afford only veggies, fruit, foods, and have the time to cook them. Nobody's saying it's easy to fucking have a healthy diet. I'm not one of those fucking dumbasses. It is very annoying when people are just like, oh, it's so stupid. It's so stupid, dude. Just like fucking, it's so easy to eat healthy. Like, it's not. It's so good. So fucking good, dude. It's me.